I see you made it to Solstice. Good. We need you. The Worm Cult began this fight by unleashing their Soul Reapers on the guilds and alliances, by killing Guildmaster Merrick and taking Vanis Galarian captive. They started this war. We'll finish it. Nonetheless, it is a war, and the Worm Cult is no minor threat. We came to Solstice to stop the cult and avenge our fallen comrades. But when we arrived, we encountered much more resistance than we anticipated. We had to send for reinforcements. Veterans from the Fighters and Mages guilds, mostly. There are some soldiers from the 3 alliances here, too. An advance force of a greater army, once we convince the alliances that the Worm Cult is truly as dangerous as they were last time. Oh, they are. But with the war in Cyrodiil still raging, they require more proof before committing more soldiers. In fact, Farinor and Mermal are preparing a portal for their representatives, champions to evaluate the situation personally. Take these portal anchors and place them around the area. Then tell Mage Farinor when they're set. I know little of such magic, but Gabrielle of the Mages Guild said they would stabilize the portal long enough for the final group to come through. That's unclear. Champions of some renown and their guards, I was told. The Dominion indicated it was sending someone close to the Queen. High King Emmerich promised a capable hero, and the Pact was even less forthcoming. I'm not sure who to expect. Yes, Gabrielle Benelay, acting leader of the Mages Guild, while Vanis Galarian remains a prisoner of the Worm Cult. She sensed a mystic emanation from the northwest and went to investigate. She left Farinor and Mermal to handle the final transport. Sunport has a city guard, but no army to speak of. But outside the city walls, only a handful of warriors protect the scattered villages, and the Worm Cult roams free. Sunport has held the cultists off so far. Barely. They welcome our assistance. We're still trying to figure that out. I thought the Worm Cult was broken forever when the Allied forces stormed Cold Harbor and stopped the plane meld. It appears they had a secret refuge on this island and regrouped there to form their latest plan. Nothing else makes sense. The Sunporters noticed suspicious new arrivals over the last few months, sinister figures slipping off to the wild eastern half of the island. Then the writhing wall appeared and cut the island in half.
Are the anchors all in place, newcomer? This is trickier than it looks. We're summoning multiple people from several locations at once, and Solstice is riddled with ancient magics that can interfere with teleportation spells. Are the portal anchors in place? No, the next steps in the ritual are mine to perform, with a little help from Mermal, of course. Just stand right there and don't move until I finish. It's important that the ritual goes exactly as I intend. Stand back. This requires a special touch.
First, they will bring the foot soldiers through. Then the Alliance representatives.
What's happening? Gabrielle didn't do it this way!
Such is the fate of all who defy the Black Worm!
Where's Farinor? Mermal, what just happened?
I do not believe it! Mage Farinor deliberately sabotaged the portal spell while the Alliance representatives were in mid-transport. Oh, I wish Gabrielle Benelay were here. She unraveled the spell in mid-teleport. I tried to salvage it, but barely managed to pull the shredded magicka back together. These soldiers were knocked senseless, but I think the representatives made it through after I diverted them from Sunport. Did you see the motes of light shooting off in different directions? Those were the representatives. Champions from the Old Merry Dominion, Ebonheart Pact, and Daggerfall Covenant. They landed in Solstice somewhere. Do you have a map? I can sense two of the representatives roughly here and here. The third... I just do not know. I can sense nothing of the last representative's present location. Speak with Prince Azar. He may know what to do.
I do not believe it. Feranor sabotaged the portal. She spoke of the Black Worm. She's one of the cultists. But what became of the Alliance representatives? Did they make it to Solstice? Damn that Feranor! The Dominion, the Covenant, the Pact, they promised to send their best to assess the situation. We need those representatives, or the Alliances will never commit more troops. Wherever they wound up, we need to find them. Injured. This is nothing but a minor inconvenience. Still, I thank you for the offer and will accept your help graciously. Locate the Alliance representatives and send them to Sunport. I also need you to find Gabrielle Benelay. We need her back here. I did. She currently leads the Mages Guild. When Gabrielle sent something to the northwest, Feranor directed her to an old temple. After all this, I fear Gabrielle may be in danger. Tell her to get back here. I'll wait in the city's west square.
and answer my questions, quadratic.
It has been 2 days. Torment me no longer, you sorry
You have to quit. Who's there? Show yourself.
You're here? Huh. I guess this is Solstice after all. I was starting to wonder. Last I heard, we were supposed to meet in some nice city called Sunport. Glad I'm not the only one who got it wrong. Huh. A sabotaged portal. At least I'm not on the wrong island entirely. Portal mishaps can be a lot worse than arriving slightly off target. As for this place, looks like necromancers have been busy here. See that giant ghost wall behind me? Ain't that a delightful name? I ducked into this hut to take a break from fighting off the hungry critters outside. I was just about to look around, but now that you're here, you can help. Then I need to find Princess Ah and get caught up on things. I say we start with that weird barrier. What did you call it? The writhing wall? I poked at it already. It's pretty solid. It stinks of necromancy. Oh, and when we finish here, point me towards Sunport, all right? I hate being lost. Fitting name. Yeah, I ain't seen anything like it, and I've seen a lot. I pushed at the wall, but couldn't get through. The local critters shy away from it too. Makes you wonder what the worm cult's hiding on the other side. See? The whole wall's made of ghost stuff, but nothing goes through. Is that a letter? Might be important. Passages in a vital shipment. Interesting. Princess Ah should see that note, pal. Look, I appreciate you coming to find me. I could have wandered around for days before I found my way to Sunport. But hang on to that letter. It might shed some light on what the worm cult's up to. Make sure you get it to Princess Ah. Not a Tuscan clue. I just got here. But Scythe Knights are low-ranking cult leaders. Sergeants, you might say. I'd guess there was a worm cult nest posted here until they got orders to move on. Tunnels? Mines? Who knows? I'm more interested in this important cargo the worm cult wants to protect. Damn cultists are always up to something. Guess I'd better head to Sunport and check in. Which way was it again?
wretched mage, and answer my questions already.
Strange. What realm of revelry is this? You there?
Rigert would like to speak words with you, my friend.
Rigert goes where the winds of diplomacy take him, and wherever the Scold King sends him, as long as there's mead. And rabbit meatballs. Rigert loves rabbit meatballs.
Out of the way, Rigert. Don't you have a task of your own to accomplish? Leave this to me.
Shore's bones. Rigert knew he should have brought more mead.
Rigert has a mission of his own to accomplish, but he is easily distracted. Best to send him on his way. Now it's good to see you, my friend. I should have expected the Stirk Fellowship would recruit you, but why did I arrive in a worm cult nest? The Mages Guild? I expected trouble from the Dominion or the Covenant, but not one of the guilds. I am lucky to have reached Solstice at all, although it did not seem so when I landed in this pool of slaughterfish. So where is Prince Azar? Good. I'll make my way there and find the prince. Rigert and I were dropped into the bog of a hungry Hajmota. Still, I do not think the worm cult was happy to see me. Just ask the ones bleeding on the ground. This worm cult encampment makes one thing clear. Matters on Solstice are very serious indeed. We have much work to do. I must assess the situation and send my report back to the Ebonheart Pact as quickly as I can. A good question, my friend. The Scald King wanted to send Lyris Titanborn, but she was not available. I must do what I can in her place. I am not as mighty a warrior as Lyris, but I too fought in Cold Harbor. The worm cult is a foe I know well. to set aside our differences with Queen Irene and High King Emmerich and assess the situation. He wants a trusted source to determine if the threat is great enough to commit more troops to. If a wildfire truly threatens the swamp, all huts will burn.
I have not forgotten the impudent assault on cold armor. Questions quadratic!
It has been 2 days. Torment me no longer, you sorry excuse for a favorite prince.
This is fascinating. Fascinating. Oh, good! You made it to Solstice! Look at this place. I know it's in ruins now, but once this was a magnificent courtyard with a grand temple beyond, consecrated to the Daedric Prince of Light Meridia. Just think of it. Varanor? A traitor? When I sensed power here, calling to the staff of Vanus Galarian that I carry, she told me about this old temple. I got so caught up admiring the site that I haven't found anything yet. But what of the Alliance representatives? That's something, at least. This place reminds me of a dear friend, Darian Gautier, who served Meridia. I still can't believe he's gone. Perhaps Meridia has a message for me, or the staff wants something here. Can you help me search the area? There. While I hold my spell of searching, you examine anything that glows. idol confirms this was indeed a temple of Meridia. An old tome. A lucky find. Age is not kind to paper. A temple bell. Nearly pristine considering the age of this place. The items you uncovered are tied to the power that drew me here. I can sense a powerful blessing of Meridia sleeping in that bell. Meridia was a powerful ally when we fought Molag Bal in Cold Harbor to end the plane meld. The items you uncovered are tied to the power that drew me here. I can sense a powerful blessing of Meridia sleeping in that bell. Meridia was a powerful ally when we fought Molag Bal in Cold Harbor to end the plane meld. I think I was drawn here to remind me she could help us against the worm cult again. Maybe Vanas reached out through the staff to guide me. I can't quite tell. Maybe, but I'm not sure how. The bell is rather heavy. Besides, the tome you found suggested opening doors, not blasting evil. I'll need to think about this. Thank you for your help here. I'll see you back in Sunport.
Strange. What realm of revelry is this? You there?
The Muth-Nam monks use an ancient Daedric artifact to heal. How dare the very Ansu interfere with their holy work?
I never suspected a thing. Farinor had us all fooled.
Well, it looks like 2 of the Alliance representatives have finally arrived. It's good to see 2 waylaid guild members return safely to the fold. though I must remember to treat them as agents of the alliances they represent here on in. As for those injured by Fëanor's treachery, they have recovered, including me. Mage Fëanor missed her chance to eliminate me and the representatives, but she cost us time. While we tended to our wounds and recovered the scattered representatives, the worm cult was free to act. Mermel believes they survived the portal mishap and are on Solstice, somewhere. We must trust they will turn up soon. In the meantime, we must celebrate what victories we can and make ready for the next stage of our operation. All in good time, comrade. First, your efforts to bring together the Alliance representatives helped us overcome Fëanor's sabotage. We survived the worm cult's first blow. Next, we shall deal them one of our own. Please, accept this with my thanks. We're still one Alliance representative short, but we can wait no longer. It's time for a council of war. Indeed. We need to consult with Regent Corinway. Sunport's aid is crucial to our campaign. When last we spoke, she said she would meet with her advisors and send word. But that was days ago. Plans must be finalized between the Fellowship and Sunport. High Elves can be deliberate about such things. The Worm Cult, however, does not stand still. It is time to press Regent Corinway for a decision, and I would like you to join us. Will you help me win Sunport's cooperation, comrade? I hate badgering Regent Corinway, but the Fellowship is already at work. I sent our forces to seek allies and search out trouble across Western Solstice, but I worry House Corellania may not welcome our efforts. Meet me at Venutilmo Palace, comrade. Not at all. High Elves are not given to hasty decisions. In my father's court, I learned that how you approach an elf of high rank is just as important as what you actually plan to say. A certain amount of formality and ritual can't be avoided. Oh, she knows the danger of necromancers quite intimately. But convincing her own court may not be an easy thing. Solstice has known peace for centuries, an enemy at the gate. Many of Sunport's people do not want to accept their peril. My people have a history with House Corellania. Long ago, the High Elves ruled Hammerfell. When my ancestors came to Tamriel, they found no welcome from the Corellanias. Unable to defeat the Regatta in open battle, the elves called upon dark powers. Necromancy most vile. The Corellanias turned my ancestors' own dead against them. Only the creation of the sacred Anse wards put a stop to the carnage. The Regatta finally prevailed and drove the Corellanias from Hammerfell. I am told they abandoned their necromantic ways centuries ago. Certainly, I have noticed nothing untoward on their part since I arrived here. But the Corellanias are not remembered kindly in Sentinel, and Sunport's elves are very much aware of that. Regent Corinway seems to be a capable leader who cares about Sunport and all of Solstice. I called upon her when I first arrived. We are bringing a small army to her realm. I felt it best to assure her of our intentions before she assumed an invasion. Regent Corinway has no desire to see her people caught up in someone else's war. Yet she recognizes that her hope for peace will not protect her from the Worm Cult. She agreed to let me bring our forces here and to consider joining our fight.
It's strange that Regent Corinway hasn't given Princess Azah an answer yet. I was with the prince when he first spoke with her. She seemed open to the idea of cooperating with the Fellowship.
I did not come all this way to sit around and enjoy the sun on my scales. This is a time for doing, not waiting. We should go to the palace and see how things stand.
Mud, sweat. Oh, I do love the smell of field research. Tell me, how did it... Good, good. Now work on the ruins can continue swiftly, and with far fewer builders complaining of bites and bruises. I mean, really. I respect your...
The hero returned. Good work. You've been doing good.
Stops to watch.
Princess Azah! Thank goodness! Something is wrong here!
What's the problem, Mermal?
I arrived to find the palace deserted, and the regent is nowhere to be seen.
That's not good. Let's look around. I'll check upstairs.
Strange. This door is sealed by strong magic. This door is sealed by a spell that eludes my efforts to disable. Better look around some more, my friend. A strange story was written in this place, and we need to puzzle it out.
This doesn't look good. See all the blood? Someone was stabbed here.
Up here on the balcony, I found someone.
Squirtle found a witness. Perhaps they can provide some answers about what happened here. See what the servant... We make preparations to welcome the Alliance ships when they arrive, to ready camps for an assault on the writhing wall, and to gather the supplies we need to engage the worm cult in battle. This is far from over, comrade, and there is much to do. How else would their troops get here? We can't risk another portal mishap, and ships are more practical for transporting armies across the sea. Once we're ready, I intend to break through the wall and mount an all-out assault on Eastern Solstice.
As I told this orc, I was working in a storeroom, and when I came out, I noticed the palace guards were missing. Then I spotted hooded figures struggling to carry someone out the side door. I think it was Regent Corinway. A small group of merchants arrived at the palace, carrying crates and bundles. I saw them speaking with the guards. Traders make deliveries all the time, so I thought nothing of it and carried on with my work. I came out and first noticed that the palace guards were gone. Then I saw 3 hooded figures carrying a large bundle. I heard a muffled cry from inside. It sounded like the Regent. One of the figures dropped something by the throne. Yes, I think so. Let me see. Swen Coast is an old retreat out on the west coast. A noble's cottage, long abandoned. And these are directions. That must be where the merchants were headed. Please, Mainlander, you must help Regent Corinway.
They had to be worm cultists. Go to the Regent's aid, comrade. The rest of us will secure the city.
If our witness is right about someone grabbing the Regent, we've got to do something. You follow the kidnappers. The rest of us will finish searching the palace and protect the city.
No one carries out such a break.
Let's move.
Strange. What realm of revelry is this? You there?
I am a dreg, a hard-shelled stormcaller.
And I am an Ornog, a sea-riding shell dragon.
I am... Curses. You win again, Big Skier.
Five Claw! Raz hoped he would find you in Sunport when he reported to Prince Azar as the representative from the Old Merry Dominion. Let this one guess. You are looking for someone who was abducted. This is true, yes? Then Razumdar is glad to have you here. Some mysterious fellows in dark robes smuggled an elf noble into this house just a short time ago. A romantic arrangement? Raz wondered. But no, necromantic, as it turns out. Raz admires your initiative. Still, this is a delicate situation. Storm in too quickly, and the worm cult may kill the lady. Move too slowly, and they may slip away. What is your preference? An agreeable approach. If you do not care to try the front door, you might find another way in. Raz will climb to the balcony and proceed with stealth. One of us, whatever happens, Raz swears the missing noble lady will come to no harm if he has anything to say about it. The worm cultist, not so much. Raz will make his move when you do. So this is Solstice. Good. When Raz agreed to represent Queen Irene and the Dominion in the Stark Fellowship, he was told he would be going to a city called Sunport. This is clearly not Sunport. How did Raz happen to end up here, Five Claw? A traitor? Queen Irene was careful not to share the details of the message. Perhaps the other alliances were not so diligent in safeguarding the plans. Well, Raz is here now. He is ready to assess the situation and help you set things right.
Bounty of songs from Sunport.
Lies. I haven't seen any of these so-called champions.
Fall will reward us for our work here, richly.
Ah, Rose believes we have found the region. Set her free, Five Claw.
Oh, that is better. My thanks. But there is something you need to hear. Thank the Three Queens. Those horrible necromancers promised to steal my soul when they finished with me. I feared this old house would be the last thing I ever saw. But there is more to say, if I can trust you, stranger. Oh, someone noticed I was abducted then. I was afraid the worm cult had spirited me out of the city before anyone realized. But that's not important. We must return to Sunport at once. The worm cult is about to do something terrible. I overheard my captors. The worm cult positioned some sort of necromantic weapons throughout the palace district. They're preparing to seal off the district and slaughter all within. We must get back to Sunport and sound the alarm.
Go on, Five Claw. Raz will escort the noble lady back to Sunport.
You have my gratitude, kind sir.
Head back to Sunport, Five Claw. Head back to Sunport, Five Claw. Let Prince Azar know the Regent is safe and warn him of the threat. Head back to Sunport, Five Claw. Let Prince Azar know the Regent is safe and warn him of the threat to the Palace District. It is clear where Razumdar's duty lies at this moment. To personally escort the lovely Regent safely back home, of course. Raz is willing to make this small sacrifice so that you may claim the honor of reporting our success and sounding the alarm to protect the city. Raz is not interested, you might say. But this one's usual playful banter must wait. For now. We really should return to Sunport and warn them.
Ready to ride.
Up close. This one was just here.
Razumdar, Dominion Representative Extraordinaire, is here at last. He brings the Regent, too. And the warning.
Regent, by my father's sword, that's a relief. But I fear your warning comes too late. Comrade, let us speak. I see that Regent Corinway is safe, and you located the missing Alliance representative. Well done. Shortly after you departed to rescue the Regent, the Worm Cult made their move. Now the storm is upon us, and the time for battle is at hand. Yes, it seems the Regent's kidnapping was only the start. The Worm Cult hid soldiers throughout the palace, who then emerged and took us by surprise. They seized control of the palace district. Worse, the weapons they plan to use are Soul Reapers. Vile necromantic devices that steal the souls of any who die nearby. The Worm Cult used Soul Reapers in their attacks on the Fighters Guild and Mages Guild and elsewhere throughout Tamriel. Guildmaster Merrick died destroying one. Join the others in the Palace District and drive out the Worm Cult. Destroy any Soul Reapers you encounter by tearing out their cores. That's the only safe way to disable them. Use the hidden entrance in the luxury goods shop to get inside. We'll take the Worm Cult from all sides at once, as soon as I can rally the rest of the Fellowship. Good luck, comrade.
I cannot believe it. Fighting in the streets of Sunport. These Worm Cult invaders must be stopped. While our defensive forces are not unlimited, whatever Sunport has will join with the Stirk Fellowship. For Sunport, for Solstice, for victory! The passage leads through a gap in the old city wall to a townhouse inside the Palace District. It opens into the street just below the square by Vinutilmo Palace's main entrance. I imagine we will find the Worm Cult leaders there. I detest bloodshed, but I cannot stand by while others fight to protect my people. I will join the soldiers Prince Azar sends through the shopkeeper's passage. After you go in, I will make my way to the palace. Cautiously. Good. No sign of the Worm Cult yet. Head down the stairs. We will hold here for now.
Remember to disable the Soul Reapers, Five Claw. Raz will seek the high ground.
Through here, champion.
Go on upstairs, quietly. The Worm Cult's just outside the door.
Lead the way, champion. We'll help you destroy the Soul Reapers.
Master Wormblood, we hold the palace, but the Stirk Fellowship disrupted our plans. They are coming.
Then delay them. I need time to find the gift of death.
Yes, Master. We shall hold the palace as long as possible.
Destroy the Soul Reapers before they take more souls!
Do your worst! I'll die on my feet before I kneel to you!
Power.
Do not wait for a fight. Save as many as you can.
That would be the end of me. Thank you!
Say Save who you can and find the Reapers, my friend.
Please, no! Why are you doing this?
Can you believe there was a spy in the Thalmor at Woodhearth? Get him.
There's another Reaper just ahead. Take it out and find Farinor.
Look at that.
Good work, my friend. Now make your way to the palace.
Wretched dogs! Time must destroy these meddlers! You think you've won? Sunport is unimportant. The day of the Blackworm is coming!
You beat that thing? Good work, pal. I saw Farinor flee. Let's check out the Regent's study and see if we can find out what Farinor was doing here. Did Farinor leave anything behind? Take a look around, then meet the others outside.
Good work, everyone. The worm cult has fled the city. Comrade, a word, please. It was no easy fight, but the palace district is secure. Your destruction of Soul Reapers was a great help, and it seems you cleansed Venutilmo Palace as well. Good work. Scordo said you saw Mage Farinor. Did she say anything? Wormblood? A successor to Mannimarco, perhaps, yet I know of no villain by that name. Nor have I ever heard of a gift of death. Clearly, we have much to learn about the Worm Cult's plots. At least you have put a name to our foe. Nothing yet. Let's take a moment to regroup. Your valor secured a firm ally in Regent Corinway and showed the Alliance representatives the threat we face. Whatever the Worm Cult intends, the Stirk Fellowship will be ready to meet them. Thanks to you. The conflict in the Palace District proved the Stirk Fellowship can defeat the Worm Cult in open battle. Yet we have to locate our foe to fight them. Feanor and Wormblood are somewhere on this island. We simply need to hunt them down. That was my thought as well. The Worm Cult plans to move something important through the passages beneath. Wormblood's orders directed Feanor to ensure its safety. Whatever they're moving, they obviously consider it important. We should stop them. Not precisely, but passages beneath sound like tunnels to me. I want you to locate them and then act as you deem best to foil the Worm Cult. Take Waxen Ash with you. She is an excellent scout and has crossed staves with the Worm Cult before. Remember, time may not be on our side. We do not know how many more Soul Reapers the Worm Cult created or where they are. 2 of you can find answers more swiftly than 1. Explain the situation to Waxen Ash, then go find the passages beneath. Many, and none of them good. The orders you found mentioned something called the Gift of Death. The cult is harvesting souls with their reapers for some so-called great work, and they have Vanus Galarian. How it fits together, I cannot say. All I know is that it does not sound good. If Wormblood wants the Gift of Death, then I do not want him to get it. Keep your eyes and ears open, comrade. If you learn something more, let me know. Who knows? Some horrible necromantic ritual, most likely. Wormblood's orders mention souls, after all. And the cult is here in numbers we've rarely seen before. Why Solstice? What are they trying to do here? That is what we need to learn. They are fearsome devices. Whenever we fought the Worm Cult before, we expected those foul necromancers to turn our own dead against us. Their own as well. We had to kill everything twice, but that was about corpses, not souls. The Soul Reapers are new, as I understand things. The Worm Cult did not have them during the Plane Meld, or when we assaulted Cold Harbor. I presume they have been building these weapons in secret on Solstice, and planning their revenge for a long time.
Ah, Prince Azar has worked for you and the redoubtable Waxen Ash? Very good. Raz will find a way to keep himself busy.
I believed myself familiar with every hill and hollow in Western Solstice, but I have no idea what the passages beneath refers to. I hope you and Waxen Ash can solve this riddle.
Good idea to follow up on that note we found in the Regent's study. Had a feeling it might turn out to be important. You'd better collect walks and get going.
I thought I sensed the prince taking the measure of my scales.
Remember how Vanus Galarian's staff drew me to Meridia's temple? I feel like the staff is trying to tell me something again. What, I couldn't say. Well, you should talk to Waxen Ash and get on with your mission.
I thought I sensed the prince taking the measure of my scales. He has a task in mind for the 2 of us, does he not? Very well, I am agreeable. What do we need to do? A tricky task. Finding the crocodile's wallow by wading through the reeds may take some time. Quicker to just ask someone who knows where she nests. As it turns out, I captured a worm called Bone Lord in the fight for the Palace District. I was not quite sure what to do with him after I knocked him senseless, so I had our soldiers take him to Sunport's guardhouse just north of the city's western gate. I doubt he will be happy to see me, but perhaps you can get him to talk.
The worm cult attacked the Palace District. You were there, Tayer Canor. Were you injured?
It was a close call.
You look like someone.
The worm cult attacked the Palace District. You were there, Tayer Canor. Were you injured?
It was a close call, but the Stirk Fellowship intervened and saved us.
The tides washed the outsiders to our shore for good reason, it seems.
I just think the Three Queens, they were there when we needed them. At last, someone arrives. On behalf of the North Country Exchange.
Whatever friendly instinct drove you this way, know that I am not open to a parley. I'm too far into my purse and my cups for that. If only this rotten luck would turn. And there's my luck righted! You have no idea how hard it was to secure volcanic pearls directly from Ash Mountain. Thank you. I apologize for my terse attitude before. I hope this is enough to show you my appreciation. That dirt is more valuable than my life. I don't mean that in some vague sense. These pearls may be just the thing that keeps me from ruin. With this, I might be able to save the contract. Save what remains of my family. A mysterious client contacted me just as I was about to tell the crew to find other work. They asked for rare items. Difficult to obtain, but well worth the hefty price I was offered. Didn't take you too long to figure it out. We nearly made it. I tasted hope. Maybe this time I could prove to my parents' spirits that I wouldn't destroy everything they worked for. But that storm churned us up and spit us on the shore. Father always said that the right decision can still find a way to bite you in the arse. I chose to save my crew. I don't regret it. If you find any more cargo on the beach, you know where I am. Otherwise, I'll figure it out. I have to. My parents took a risk and moved our business to Sunport when I was still young. It paid off, even though the waters around this island are rougher than most. Their luck ran out when they sailed off with a shipment and never returned. The blasted worm cult stormed their ship when it weighed anchor. Those necromancers slaughtered the whole crew on the beach. This business has been in my family for generations. If I don't make this client happy, I'll lose it too.
Someone needs to keep track of all this.
Just waiting for the wolfman to give the word. This need is spectacular.
Please, I'm trying to very tasty. Books teach us so much. Yeah! Yeah!
At last, someone arrives. On behalf of the North Cultural Exchange, I request... At last, someone arrives. On behalf of the North Cultural Exchange, I request...
The worm cult attacked the palace district. You were there, Tayer Canor. Were you injured?
It was a close call, but the Stirk Fellowship intervened to save.
The tides washed the outsiders to our shore for good reason, it seems.
Ah, good. The Bone Lord is still here, and he is awake again. Sergeant, we need to speak with the prisoner.
Very well. Prisoner's all yours.
sea elf. Thinks she can flick water in my eye and swim away like a fish. I showed her. I might have gotten a little carried away. Put a hole in the sea elf's trading ship. Who knew that the ship belonged to a sea elf merchant lord? Anyway, I'll be out of here soon, once my crew pays the fine. They are taking their sweet time, though.
Do you come to mock Kagajal for his defeat? Enjoy it while you can. The triumph of the Black Worm is close at hand. This one will not be your prisoner for long. Kagajal is sure you would like to know. But this one does not give up his brethren so easily. Death holds no terrors for one who walks the necromantic path. Kill Kagajal. That is not unreasonable. This one may not fear death, but he admits dying is always unpleasant. Still, if Kagajal helps you to make trouble for the Order, they will not forget. There will be punishment. You would do that? The Worm Cult would not have treated you so kindly. Very well. Go to Tarner Mine, in the mountains by the southern coast. Be warned, it is well guarded. Faranor has an important task there, but this one knows not what it is.
Some would say that the merciless deserve no mercy. Yet by sparing one villain, we may save the lives of many innocents. Surely that is the greater good in this case. I will meet you in the mine, my friend. I suspect Wormblood and Faranor shared that information only with those who needed to know. The note you and Scordo found referred to a shipment of great importance, did it not? If it is important to them, then it is important to us. Honor your promise. I doubted you would have much success by speaking gently to such a foe. It was, however, effective. If there is a path to redemption for the Bone Lord, perhaps it begins with an act of mercy. Now we should be on our way. This is the place, but the passage splits. You try the door on the left, I will go right. Hackwings hunt in pairs, but we will cover more ground if we split up. Keep your eyes open, my friend. I may not be close enough to assist if you run into trouble. These tunnels appear to twine together like snakes. I will rejoin you when I can.
Skill issue. Be a better champion before you're caught without it. That's it. Let's knock some heads.
Follow the tracks. The passage opens into a cavern up ahead.
Easy. Let's go.
Our paths meet again. I did not expect an underground river. Let us see what is on that barge. I can taste the river. It runs east under the mountains. It must pass through the writhing wall, or beneath it. The worm cult sends a sarcophagus to the other side of Solstice. We should take a closer look. I know that likeness, Manimarco. These are his remains. Nothing good can come from letting this sarcophagus reach worm blood.
You dare disturb the King of Worms?
gotta smash them! Look out! Zeus! Faranor's monster knocked us into the river. Come, we need... It is not often I find a current I cannot master, but today the river proved stronger than I was. At least we found out what the worm cult's important shipment was. The mortal remains of Manamarco, the king of worms. Is it not obvious? They seek to bring their leader, Manamarco, back from the dead. A necromancer of Wormblood status is certainly powerful enough for the task. The Soul Reapers, the Writhing Wall. He wields necromancy unlike anything seen before. Manamarco planned to elevate himself to become the god of death. I imagine he would resume that journey. Still, I thought Molag Bal had a claim on his soul. Recalling Manamarco from Cold Harbor should not be possible. If that is what Wormblood needs to unlock the gates of Cold Harbor and return Manamarco to Nirn, we must discover what it is and make sure he does not acquire it. What kind of a gift is death, anyway? Return to Prince Azar and see if our allies have news of Wormblood. Beating him to whatever prize he seeks is even more important than we thought. Do you see that eddy in the pool? That is the way out. I will see you in Sunport. Do not be misled by the shambling corpses or dusty bones you have seen. That is the work of but a moment. With time, skilled necromancers can restore a years-old corpse to a lifelike state if they care to do so. For Manamarco, they would. You defeated him at Sancra Tor, did you not? Worm cult fanatics must have retrieved his body after you left. Manamarco had no shortage of willing followers, and I have no doubt a master of death magic would prepare a grand sarcophagus just in case.
Comrade, were you successful? Did you find the passages beneath? Comrade, tell me quickly, did you find the passages beneath? And did you discover what was so important down there? And what of Walks in Ash? Did something happen to the Pact representative? Manamarco's remains. Surely the Worm Cult cannot want to bring back the King of Worms. Yet what else would they do with his corpse? You return with grim news indeed, comrade. What about Feanor or Wormblood? Were they there too? The fortunes of battle can be fickle. Even if Feanor escaped justice, you at least returned with information. Now we know the Worm Cult has Manamarco's corpse. We must endeavor to foil their plans. Meanwhile, Gabrielle may have learned something.
It's strange. Vanus' staff is definitely pulling me somewhere. I think... Vanus, where are you?
Almost. This is no good. Gabrielle, I have much to tell you. Bring my staff to Lizal. The wall is thin there. I'm in a Worm Cult prison. Listen, Wormblood is looking for a Sithis shrine in Solstice. I think he... a relic called... Gift of... Damn, I can't...
I think I know what we need to do. Friend, let's talk.
Lizal. That is a pass in the mountains north of Sunport, and there are several Sithis shrines in western Solstice.
If you could share the locations of these shrines, this one can scout them.
Me too. We'll find the right one.
I knew this staff of Vanus's was trying to tell me something. He made sure to leave it behind for me when the Worm Cult captured him at the Earth Forge. He knew we were going to need it. The message wasn't terribly clear, was it? He said he was still a prisoner, but I don't think he was calling for help. I think Vanus wants to warn us about something. He was trying to tell us how to make it easier for him to reach us. I know Vanus Galarian can be rather full of himself, but in his case, a bit of overconfidence is warranted. This wouldn't be the first time he let himself be captured to get close to his enemies. Vanus has likely seen things we have not, but we have information he needs to know too. For example, your discovery of Manamarco's sarcophagus. Slowly but surely, we're bringing the Worm Cult's plots to light. Thank you, friend. I've been wondering why Vanus Galarian's staff is pulling me here and there around Solstice. Now that Vanus managed to send a message, I finally know why. I think he's on the other side of the writhing wall. That's what we thought. But Vanus mentioned a thin spot in the wall at Lizal Pass. If the wall impedes his ability to communicate with us, that must be because he's on the other side of it. Take the staff to Lizal Pass and re-establish contact with Vanus. He may need our help, or we may need his. I think he wanted to warn us about something Wormblood is planning. We need to find out what that is and stop it. Will you go with me? Regent Corinway said Lizal Pass is located in the mountains north of Sunport. Meet me there. The sooner we can speak to Vanus again, the better. We'll leave Prince Azah and the others to figure out which shrine Wormblood is interested in. Vanus Galarian is an archmage, and the longtime foe of Manamarco and the Worm Cult. In fact, Vanus founded the Mages Guild specifically to combat the rising influence of dark necromancers in Tamriel. Oh, it was centuries ago, long before my time. But what's a few centuries to a high elf archmage? Back in those days, Vanus and Manamarco were friends of a sort, then rivals. They studied together in the Sigic Order until their falling out. As I understand it, Vanus caught Mannimarco practicing forbidden magic. The Psijics allowed Mannimarco to leave without taking any steps to stop him. So, Vanus left as well. He founded the Mages Guild to do what the Psijics would not.
You go help Gabrielle get in contact with Vanus again, pal. Me and the others will see if we can find this shrine Wormblood's after.
My own scouts scoured Lizal Pass weeks ago, searching for a break in the writhing wall. But a local fluctuation or weak point may have escaped their notice. It could be worth a try.
So, Wormblood seeks a shrine to Sithis. Then so does Raz. While you and Gabrielle go to the Riding Wall, this one will poke about in old Argonian shrines and see what can be found.
It seems clear we need to talk to Vanus Galarian. Accompany Gabrielle and keep her safe at Lizal Pass. The rest of us will devote our efforts to locating the shrine Wormblood seeks. We make preparations to welcome the Alliance ships when they arrive, to ready...
Not so close, Patches. Wouldn't want you to come down to this gorge, too.
It's all uphill from here. We're too close to the writhing wall for a portal, but I brought grapple bows just in case. Not much of a pass, is it? If I'm not mistaken, this cave leads to a path through the mountains. More of a goat track, really. Be ready for some climbing. We'll probably have to do this the hard way. Grapple bows. Never used one? They're fun. Since the writhing wall interferes with portal magic and we're going to get very close, I won't be able to use spells. So I brought the bows to help us climb. I hope we won't have to use them, but here you go. I hope Vanus will take care of that for us. If we reach a spot where the writhing wall is thin enough, he'll find us. All we have to do is keep going up, and deal with any worm cult patrols in our path. Clearly the worm cult is here, and having some trouble with the local wildlife. Cliffs ahead. See that post above the red flowers? It would be a good place to use a grapple bow.
Getting stronger every day.
This looks like a promising spot. Be ready.
Finally! We must speak swiftly. I have little time. Gabrielle, help maintain our connection. Good. I hoped you or Gabrielle had my staff, but I couldn't tell if you got my previous messages. I haven't quite escaped yet, but we must be swift. The permanence of the wall fluctuates, and I can be cut off at any moment. Where are you now? I'm in Solstice as well, on the other side of the writhing wall from you. The worm cult brought me here from Cold Harbor, and they brought Cold Harbor here as well. Wormblood is attempting a new plane meld, in reverse. Like Molag Ball's dark anchors, but in reverse. Instead of dragging our world into Cold Harbor, he's bringing Cold Harbor into Nuremberg. The eastern side of Solstice is already changing. You can't. Not while the wall still stands. I have some help in here, but my ally convinced me it's impossible for now. The writhing wall is an insuperable barrier. Thin spots such as Lizal notwithstanding. I need you to...
Father, I see what Vanas meant by permanence. The thickness of the wall fluctuates. We need to find another weak point.
Over so soon.
More cliffs. Look for grappling points to traverse these ruins. Vanas is right about Cold Harbor. I can see elements of that foul place all around us. Here. The wall is thin here.
I'm here. Quickly. There is more I must tell you. Curse the luck. I sense that the writhing wall fluctuates at random, but I assumed we'd have more time. Thin points appear and disappear without warning. How far has the Wormcult's reverse plane melt progressed on your side of the wall? Daedra. That's worrisome, but not unexpected. If you aren't surrounded by lakes of azure plasm or looking up at floating islands of rock, then things haven't gone too far yet. We still have a little time to stop the worm cult. I'm not sure yet, but an army of necromancers and Daedra is massing in eastern Solstice. Clever of Warmblood, really. If he gathered his forces anywhere in Tamriel, we would have noticed. But the cursed island and the writhing wall blinded us. Unlikely. Warmblood controls a terrible source of power on my side. Something that consumes souls. The worm cult soul reapers feed this thing. In turn, it empowers the writhing wall. Great effort. But to what?
Cut off again! We must find another place where we can speak with Vanus. I will not. Look! Up the steps! Another weak point!
Hurry, friend. My captors have finally figured out I'm up to something in here. Listen closely. Wormblood seeks a relic called the Gift of Death. My source tells me it's hidden in a place called Voska's Shrine. He must not acquire it. It's part of a Tibahatse court, sacred to Sithis. My ally here tells me it's in the hills southwest of Sunport. The Solstice Argonians used to play a ritual game there. A bloody one. As for why Warmblood wants the Gift of Death, I'm not sure. The worm cult brought Manamarco here. Now that explains much. Warmblood must believe this Gift of Death can resurrect his old master. It's up to you then. Stop Warmblood from obtaining the relic. If he... Damn it. Here come my captors.
I lost Vanus. We were lucky to learn as much as we did, but we know what we must do. Let's talk, friend. I hope Vanus is all right. I don't like the way that last conversation ended. For that matter, I don't like what he told us. The worm cult gathering strength behind the writhing wall, and a new plane meld? That's terrible. I don't think so. Vanus mentioned a source of power. Still, we had to invade Cold Harbor to stop the plane meld before. Good people lost. Dead. I've missed Dear Darien ever since. Now Wormblood is bringing it back? And Manamarco, too? You're right, of course. We don't know if Wormblood is close to his goal. So you'd better head to the Tibahatse Shrine. Find the Gift of Death before he gets there. Or at least delay him. I'll return to Sunport and warn the Fellowship. Good luck at Voska's Shrine. I'll make sure Princess Ah sends help just in case you run into Wormblood too. It hardly seems fair. So many gave so much to stop the worm cult last time. Like Darien. Now they're back. So what did Darien die for? Memory's a bittersweet thing. When I think of Darien's smile, his laugh, I can't. can't help but remember what it felt like to be with him, how I felt about him. And that makes me miss him even more. I suppose I can admit it. Darien was more than a friend. It started as a game. I pretended I was scandalized by his endless flirting. He pretended he wasn't serious. I wish I had said something about how I really felt. But I think he knew.
Not so close, Patches. I wouldn't want you to come down with this gorge too.
Five Claw! Over here! Raz poked around several old Argonian ruins before returning to Sunport empty-handed. He never thought to visit an ancient ball court until Gabrielle showed up and sent him here. With great urgency, one might add. Imagine his surprise. If you consider High Necromancer Wormblood to be unusual, then yes. He arrived just before you, and he brought friends. They entered the old ball court just ahead. Raz wondered if they came to play a game, but no one invited him to join in. Indeed. This one must confess he is a little surprised and intrigued. But perhaps we should defer this interesting conversation until we have dealt with the matter at hand. Now remind Raz, what is Wormblood looking for here? If Wormblood is here, Vanus must have a knowledgeable source indeed. This one heard Wormblood tell his minions to seek the ball court's ritual altar to the north. Time for Five Claw and the Queen's Eye to save the day, yes? Look at the seating, the carvings. Raz had no idea Tibahatse was so important.
Got to be better than that to stop us.
Aha! Look, Five Claw. Wormblood is here. This is our chance.
More fellowship fools.
You won't live to regret this.
To me, faithful of the Black Worm, destroy these interlopers. Fight. Kill them already. Even failures can serve me in death. I have a better use for these wretched... Enough.
This one senses danger. Quick, Five Claw, hide behind the pillar.
Rise, my minions. Tear the flesh from their bones. You are a more worthy opponent than I expected. I'm tired of this dark. I reclaim my power from these flimsy vessels. I will consume your
Again,
soul.
Take cover, Five Claw. Another death burst.
My
You
hold
begin to
and my
pour out,
followers.
Worm Kisser.
Quiet, you mangy cat.
At last! Take the relic, Five Claw, and let us be on our way. Raz does not like the feel of this place. Dark moves. He's coming back to life. It is foolish to fight a foe who cannot die. Destroy the columns. Bring down the shrine. Raz will pin Wormblood to the floor. Go, Five Claw! Get the gift of death back to Sunport. Raz will be fine.
Gabrielle recounted what you learned from Vanis Galarian. Dire tidings indeed. Was he right about the sacred Tiba Hatse court? Was Wormblood there? Did you find the gift of death? Excellent news, I think. We still don't know exactly why the Worm Cult needs the gift of death to restore Manamarco, if that is indeed their intention, but at least the Worm Cult doesn't have it. What happened with Wormblood? Immediate resurrection? What kind of power is he able to call upon? Only legendary necromancers or a few fated heroes can do that. If Wormblood can't die, how did you and Razumdar defeat him? You did well to keep the gift of death from Wormblood. Better yet, you found a way to speak with Vanis Galarian. Knowledge is a mighty weapon in this war of secrets. Now we know what awaits us behind the writhing wall. I thank you, comrade.
Raz
The
is
Fellowship faces difficult
It takes
decisions.
more than a falling
Let us
building
talk,
to send
comrade.
this one to the sands behind the stars. Defeating Wormblood may be difficult if he won't stay dead. Speak with Prince Azar, Fiveclaw. Perhaps he has a clever plan. Actually, Raz would accept a plan of any kind at this point.
I doubt the Worm Cult will simply accept the loss of something they worked so hard to find. You should speak with Prince Azar about his plans for the gift of death. I doubt the Worm Cult will simply accept the loss of something they worked so hard to find. You should speak with Prince Azar about his plans for the gift of death.
Damn necromancers never just stay in the ground. You'd better talk to Prince Azar about how we're going to handle this Wormblood fellow.
I'm relieved you and Raz survived your encounter with Wormblood. Now that we have the gift of death, perhaps we'll be able to dictate the terms of our next meeting. I believe Prince Azar has some ideas about that.
You recovered the relic Wormblood wants so badly. But now that we have it, what do we do with it? I would like to know what Prince Azar thinks.
While you were searching Vosga Shrine, Gabrielle told me of your communication with Vanis Galarian. Soul Reapers feeding the Writhing Wall? A new plane meld? The situation on Solstice is worse than I thought, but I might have an idea. Thanks to you, we now have something Wormblood wants, the gift of death. As long as we hold it, his plans remain unfulfilled. Returning Manamarco to life, expanding the Writhing Wall, whatever he needs it for. That gives us a degree of influence. Wormblood needs the gift, and we have it. We can use that to lead him to a spot of our choosing. This provides us one advantage. An advantage I believe we must seize with all due haste. Will you help me turn the gift of death against the Worm Cult? We have the relic Wormblood seeks. What do we do with it?
He has Manamarco's body. We cannot allow Wormblood to bring him back.
We have something else, too. Raz snatched this key from Wormblood during our struggle.
A key. Let me see that. Aha! Why am I not surprised Raz went through Wormblood's pockets? I recognize the crest on this key. I noticed it on a crypt by a ruined estate. Coralania Manor, if I'm not mistaken. I passed by the place when I first arrived on Solstice. Not at the time. It's a rather impressive mausoleum of ancient High Elf architecture, centuries old. I imagine some of Regent Corinway's ancestors are laid to rest there. I think you'd better look into it. One can't take on necromancers without poking around in a tomb or two. Take the key and investigate Coralania Crypt. Find out why Wormblood was interested in the place. In the meantime, I'll take a closer look at the Gift of Death. Coralania Crypt lies south of Sunport. Take someone along to help you. Scordo should do. And be careful, friend. The ancient Coralanias were necromancers too. The worm cult might not be the only danger in that tomb. Necromancers are always interested in the dead, friend. But Wormblood's orders to Feranor mentioned that he was looking for the Gift of Death's location. My guess is that he went to Coralania Crypt in search of information. Possibly, but the place could still be dangerous. You might run into spirits disturbed by worm cult activity. Some necromancers take care not to anger the dead with their rituals, not the worm cult.
I'll meet you at the crypt, pal. We'll find whatever it is we're supposed to find there. Hey, pal. I haven't gone in yet, but it looks like someone's been here. I hate crypts. Why is it I always have to go into one for some Tusking reason or another? Smashing skulls, screaming back at wraiths. Can't stand it. The dead ought to stay dead. Some faint boot prints on the steps of the mausoleum. Scuff marks, too. That door's been opened recently. Of course, I guess we knew that already since Wormblood had the key in his pocket. Your guess is as good as mine. But even if they aren't, they might have riled up the dead in this place. When you've been in as many crypts and tombs as I have, you get a feel for that sort of thing. Well, no point putting it off. Come on, let's get this over with.
You want to die? Fine.
Downstairs, pal. Think we found something. And it don't look good.
Be gone! I have nothing more to say to you, necromancer.
Someone in that tomb's been talking to Wormblood. Disable that barrier and we might learn something. Careful there. They weren't fooling around.
I am here, curse you! What else do you... Wait... You are not Wormblood. Who are you? Is this some new ruse? A trick to win my confidence after Wormblood drew my soul from the afterlife and compelled me to speak? I will tell you no more than I told your master. Unless... wait... You are no follower of the Black Worm. Yes. He bound me with this crystal and tormented me, questioning me about the location of a relic from ancient times. Glorious times. The gift of death. Stolen long ago, yet I found it. Alas, Wormblood wrested the secret from me. The gift of death can recall to life any departed soul, at the cost of a willing sacrifice. A life for a life. Whom Wormblood would bring back or sacrifice, I do not know. But the gift is also the key to great power. There is a secret place in Eastern Solstice. Wormblood found it and draws upon its power. That is why his necromancy is so strong. Yet with the gift of death, he could unlock its full might. Now, I must ask a favor of you. You make a good point. Very well. It is called Mor Naril, an ancient temple Molag Bal's servants built to harvest souls departing the mortal plane. The forces of light defeated Mor Naril and silenced its heart, but the gift could wake it. Wormblood left a focus in this chamber, the Ghost Weld crystal before you. It pins me in this plane, and allowed him to project himself here when he wished to question me. Take it with you when you go, and I will be free! The gift is ancient beyond reckoning. When my ancestors ruled in Hammerfell, their explorers found it hidden in Solstice's Daedric ruins. It became an heirloom of House Corellania, a mighty relic that could bestow a life for a life. Someone willing. My ancestors found that threats or compulsion did not work. Yet there was a cost. The soul sacrificed with the gift was simply gone. Trapped in the relic, banished to some gray void, or destroyed entirely. No one could say. When my people turned on their kinlord, they hid the gift.
They could not trust themselves to leave it buried, so they asked the Argonian death dancers to hide it. I only learned where after decades of searching. I died before I could retrieve it. My time was long ago. I was cousin to both the last Kinlord of House Corellania and the upstart who deposed him. Kinlord Istamil revived the ways of our ancestors in Hammerfell to maintain power, but Vinyu Tilmo feared our own heritage. Our people had all but forgotten our gift for necromancy. Istamil reforged the ancient pacts with our Daedric patrons and revived the practice. Yet some of our own kin resisted the Kinlord's commands. All Solstice was divided. I served as advisor to the Kinlord, but Vinyu Tilmo was victorious. After Istamil's fall, our people turned from the old ways. I was forced into hiding, and spent the rest of my days seeking a way to reverse our loss, such as the gift of death. You are familiar with High Necromancer Valandir's handiwork? A potent curse indeed. However, this crypt lies just outside its boundaries. Spirits in this place are free to depart, except for the worm cult's recent tampering. Valandir was a distant forebear of mine. Corellania Manor was abandoned centuries before my time. But in my day, some who respected the old ways of our house were secretly laid to rest here. It was an honor to be interred in this crypt. Peace once again.
Gabrielle's going to want to see that crystal. She's probably holed up in the Regent's study with the gift of death.
Nothing like that freshly charged feeling.
There you are. Scordo told me a little about the crypt. Let's compare notes. I examined the Gift of Death, and I must say I've never seen anything quite like it. It's Daedric in origin, that much is clear. Now, what exactly did you learn in the crypt? I suspected something like that. No Daedric gift comes without a price. Given the Worm Cult's efforts to bring Manimarco's remains here to Solstice, I think we know whom they intend to bring back. What else did you learn? That explains much. Why the Worm Cult came to Solstice, where the Reapers send stolen souls, how they raised the Writhing Wall, sever that connection, and we can defeat Wormblood. The blessed bell we found at Meridia's temple could do it. By sending him to the Colored Rooms, Wormblood would be vulnerable in Meridia's realm. Prince Azah suggested using the Gift of Death as bait. Now I know where we need Wormblood to be. The old temple courtyard. But how do we reach him? Perfect. I can reverse the connection to summon his projection. Place the crystal over there. We need a plausible bargain. Offer Wormblood the Gift of Death for Vanas Galarian. Insist on meeting in the temple courtyard for the exchange.
I hoped the gift might serve as bait. I just wasn't sure what kind of trap we needed. Go on, comrade.
Place your crystal there, and let's see if we can reach Wormblood.
You again? This is an unwelcome surprise.
Dug your way out? Pity. This one hoped you were still squashed under a building.
Charming. What can I do for the so-called Stirk Fellowship? I left that projection crystal in a Coralania crypt. A mistake, perhaps. No doubt Arveril told you about our conversations. And the Gift of Death. So why have you summoned me? I see little point in bargaining. You know my power. It is only a matter of time before I take the Gift of Death. But I'll play along. What do you expect me to offer in trade? Clearly, you are acquainted with Galarian. Still, your offer is interesting. Very well then. Bring the Gift of Death to the Writhing Wall. My servants will bring you across. I will be waiting for you with the Archmage. A crumbling ruin dedicated to an uncaring mistress. As you wish. We will meet at the old temple. But if you deal falsely with me, my forces will descend upon Sunport and slaughter everyone within its walls. It is well within my power. It is arranged. Do not keep me waiting.
We won't. Well done, friend. That was rather exhausting. Anyway, nicely done. I wasn't sure Wormblood would agree to meet on our terms, but you convinced him. You should head to Broken Light Courtyard. I'll finalize plans with Prince Azah and meet you there. We'll gather all the forces we can, but we must make haste. We have to set our trap and conceal it before Wormblood arrives. He will certainly be on his guard, which means you must be ready for a fight.
Here we go.
We're almost ready, friend. Prince Azal will tell you how you can help.
Stop fussing over the bell, Scordo. It is fine.
Forgive me, but I must pay attention to preparing the spell for Wormblood. Prince Azal can explain what you need to do.
This one has always found it boring to stand around and wait for a battle to start. There is nothing to do until the enemy arrives. Perhaps Prince Azar has some busy work for you, yes?
I knew you would not miss this Zul, Mota. You should see if Prince Azar requires your help with the preparations for our hunt before Wormblood arrives.
Good to see you, pal. Knowing you're on our side makes me feel a lot better about this whole plan. Go check in with the little prince. He said he could use your help.
Any sign of Wormblood yet? No? I suspect he is not far off. Let us hope he does not detect Gabrielle's preparations. Which reminds me, you have a special place in our plan. You're the linchpin of our plan. We restored the temple bell and put it in place above the gate. Strike it at the right moment, and it will create a powerful pulse of Meridia's light. Gabrielle will use that to trap Wormblood. Strike the bell when Gabrielle begins to cast. That will send the courtyard and everyone in it to the colored rooms. We must protect each other in there. I'll guard Gabrielle. Speak with the representatives and choose one to team up with. There is a mallet on the landing above. Choose a champion to stand with you and take it when you get into position. If Wormblood surprises us with some unexpected trick, you may need a stout comrade at your side.
This one has seen that you need a little help in a fight, Five Claw. Still, we make a good team. Raz would be happy to help you kill Wormblood. Again. This time for good, yes? Is that really that tough a decision, Five Claw? Raz is Raz. The sparkle of Queen Irene's eye and the most adored agent of the Dominion. Let Raz distract and annoy Wormblood, while you sneak up close and land the killing blow. Raz just sparkles. It is his nature. But do not worry for Raz. This one is best at what he does, and he still has a few of his 9 lives to spare. Everything will be fine. Let us take care of this business. Then, we can discuss pleasure. This one has never been to the colored rooms, but he is happy to follow you there, Five Claw.
I'm ready. Get into position, friend. Wormblood should arrive at any moment.
I am here, and I brought Galarian.
It appears you brought some friends, too.
I will honor our agreement if you hand over the gift of death.
I'll get it for you. Right now!
The colored rooms. It worked!
Hey, pal! We're all here!
The spell scattered worm cultists in all directions. Be careful.
Why do portals keep scattering us? Keep going! Find Wormblood!
What trickery is this? Order of the Black Worm! To arms!
Listen! Wormblood is here!
The gift is close! Summon the sarcophagus! We shall begin the ritual.
The plan worked. Now we just need to find Wormblood. A flesh Atronach? Oh, Faranor's work to be sure.
This day, Manimarco, the Worm King returns.
Up by that wall!
Anyone here?
It's Vanos Galarian!
Gabrielle? I need help! Gabrielle? Where are you?
Vanus, we're here. You're safe now. You're not Vanus.
So easily fooled. A poisoned blade for you, dear Gabrielle. I'll take the gift of death now.
No, traitor. You won't! Asa.
Gabrielle! No!
Friend, I'm dying. I need you to do as I ask.
Use the gift of death on me. We need to make sure Wormblood can't use it. And I know who to bring back.
Gabrielle, no! There must be another way. Is there no end to the Worm Cult's treachery? No deed too wicked for them? Speak with Gabrielle while you can. We need to know how to carry on with her plan.
This isn't the way I hoped things would go. Faranor's blade saw to that. But we have one more chance to defeat Wormblood. Stop him from bringing back Manimarco. You have to use the gift of death on me. No time. We know the gift of death requires a willing sacrifice. A soul for a soul. I'm willing. Hurry, friend. This is the only way to deny Wormblood the gift of death. Not this time, my friend. I'm dying. If we do nothing, Wormblood uses the gift to resurrect Manimarco. I can't imagine what the Worm King could do with the power this new worm cult commands. Please, do as I ask.
What have those fools done to the gift? Continue the ritual!
Darian, they need you.
Gabrielle? Wait, Gabrielle? Gabrielle sacrificed herself for me? Wait, this relic. It's a light of Meridia.
No! The gift is mine! Rise, Lord Monomarco! Rise!
The worm cult? That's why Gabrielle called me back? All right, grab the light. Meridia, lend me your strength. You owe me. The ritual has reached a crucial stage. Make sure I am not interrupted. Wait! I am not the vessel! No!
Your body is mine now, Wormblood. Monomarco lives.
Come on, let's stop this bastard. Again.
Paranor, protect me while I restore my power. These Reapers should serve.
You fools! The King of Worms is back! You've already lost! My servants! Restore me, Master. Bring me back.
Paranor has fallen. No matter. My strength returns.
Here, the relic, the light of Meridia. Trust me. Use it on the worm cult's devices.
Curse you! What have you done?
Meridia's champion has put an end to this madness.
Bah! You deny Monomarco at your own peril. When next we meet, you will pay for every insult, past and present.
Good riddance. Now, can someone tell me what exactly is going on here? Darian Gautier? Is it really you? I had a feeling those necromantic devices couldn't stand up to a light of Meridia. What did Manimarco call them? Soul Reapers? Anyway, bet you're surprised to see me. Guess I am too. Gabrielle was here, but she's gone. What's going on? I don't understand. I was Meridia's weapon. Spent my life fighting Molag Bal and the Worm Cult. I'd gladly do it again. But I never would have wanted Gabrielle to give up her life for mine. Why did she do this?
I see. That sounds like something Gabrielle would do. The gift of death. It was a corrupted light of Meridia. When you called upon it here in this realm, you purified it, restored it to its true form. But what was that about Wormblood? That's why he took off. Without his own body, Mannimarco will need time to restore himself to his full power. But if he has more of those Soul Reapers, he won't have any shortage of power to pull from. At least we have a restored light of Meridia. I just knew. Here, I'll carry the light. Meridia and her gifts can be dangerous. Mannimarco's spirit possessed that cultist, so I know we've got problems. If Gabrielle wanted me to help, I'm in. Let's get out of here. It isn't as safe as you think.
Vanis Galarian's staff is safe with me. I did not think we should leave it behind. I will open a portal back to Sunport.
A realm of oblivion is no place to linger. Not even a benign realm such as Meridia's. If we have nothing more to do here, we should go back to our own world.
Thank you for the light, Sir Darian. Gabrielle left notes that may prove useful. Murmel is working on them now.
Brave Gabrielle. May her toes be forever warmed by the golden sands.
Over here, comrade. We have much to discuss.
That didn't go the way I expected. I bet the worm cult didn't like it either. I'm glad you made sure Feranor has betrayed us for the last time. But losing Gabrielle... Gods, I'm going to miss her. Better check in with Princess Ah.
Do I understand this right? Someone put Prince Azah in charge of the Fighters Guild? Huh? How long have I been gone? Better talk to him, friend. I'm still getting my bearings.
Every battle takes its toll. All we can do is fight on and make sure victory was worth the cost. I suspect Prince Azah is already thinking on how to turn the events in the colored rooms to our advantage.
Not the victory we hoped for, Raz knows. Yet he thinks the worm cult is no happier with today's events than we are. Remind Prince Azah of that, Five Claw.
I see troubled expressions. Yet most of Sturk's valiant heroes returned from the confrontation with the worm cult. A costly victory, then. Go on. Speak with Prince Azah. I will support whatever you decide to do next.
Even though Mannimarco has returned and escaped in the body of Wormblood, I consider this a victory. Gabrielle's sacrifice denied him the gift of death, and gave us a weapon against the writhing wall. And we should remember that help is on the way. We were but a vanguard. Our soldiers held the line and prepared the way for a mightier army to come. The forces of the three alliances. The representatives all agreed that the threat is indeed dire and sent word to their leaders to send troops. As soon as the ships carrying them sail from Tamriel, yet numbers are but one step to our victory. Gabrielle's sacrifice brought us a powerful ally in Darien Gautier and the light of Meridia, a mighty weapon against the worm cult's darkness. You saw what the light did to the cult's soul reapers. It freed the stolen soul energy in the blink of an eye and shattered the devices. Mannimarco was forced to retreat. The writhing wall consists of soul energy too, so our next step is clear. We must try. Vaunus Galarian, the worm cult's new plane meld, Mannimarco himself, they are on the other side of the wall. You and Gabrielle gave us a way to breach it. All that remains is to make ready our assault. Thank you, my friend. No single act of justice can completely address the vile deeds of the worm cult. Yet at least some have faced judgment. You dealt with Feranor, and Wormblood caused his own doom. Next, we take this fight to Mannimarco, no matter where he hides. We make preparations to welcome the Alliance ships when they arrive, to ready camps for an assault on the writhing wall, and to gather the supplies we need to engage the worm cult in battle. This is far from over, comrade, and there is much to do. How else would their troops get here? We can't risk another portal mishap, and ships are more practical for transporting armies across the sea. Once we're ready, I intend to break through the wall and mount an all-out assault on Eastern Solstice.
Solstice thanks you all. You have sacrificed much on our behalf. I shall miss Gabrielle.
Gabrielle chose a good death. Her sacrifice will never be forgotten.
Grief is often the price of valor. All we can do is honor the choices of those who fell. Gabrielle would not want us to mourn overlong, nor would Merrick at Azwala. They would want us to carry on with the fight. And we will not fight alone for much longer. Look to the sea, my friends. The three alliances will soon join our cause.
I can't believe Darien Gauthier's standing right over there. I thought he was lost forever in Cold Harbor. Then I heard my old drinking buddy was actually some kind of Knight of Meridia. Is he really the same Darien?
Sometimes victory or defeat is not easy to discern. Mannimarco's return was the one thing we needed to stop at any cost. Still, I have hope. Perhaps Mannimarco does not know as much as he thinks he does. If Mannimarco has been in Cold Harbor since the fight at Sancretor, then I doubt he knows much about Darien Gauthier, or what Darien can do with the light of Meridia. Which brings up the question of the gift of death. The spirit you met in Coralania Crypt said Wormblood needed the gift of death to gain full control over his source of power. But it is a light of Meridia again. That means full control over this power source may not be possible, even for Mannimarco. I am not sure. Mannimarco is brilliant. If there is another way to harness this power source, I fear he will find it. But I imagine things will be harder for him without the relic. At the very least, perhaps you have bought us some time.
You and Prince Azar have proven yourselves friends to the people of Solstice. Gabrielle Benelay, too. While I grieve for her loss, her study of the gift of death may yet save many lives. Gabrielle and Murmel consulted old tomes in the palace library and examined the relic before you left for Broken Light Temple. I think she suspected the relic concealed a light of Meridia, a blessing from the bright lady in our hour of need. Meridia is one of the 3 queens my people revere. I believe she meant for her light to find its way to us, both in the form of her ancient relic and in the form of her golden knight. It means we will not face the coming battles alone.
No single act of justice can completely...
This one finds it ironic that Wormblood's greed for the gift of death led to his undoing, and Ferunor's as well. A bitter consolation prize, perhaps. Yet, it is proof the worm cult can be beaten. But not the way they had planned. Mannimarco isn't in his own body. He was forced to possess his underling, Wormblood. Raz assumes this means Mannimarco is disoriented, unable to call upon his full power. We must use this time to our advantage, yes? His body lives, perhaps, but what remains of his soul? Did Mannimarco extinguish it when he seized control of Wormblood? Or was it cast out to go where souls such as his go? In either case, Raz thinks Wormblood is no more.
It's strange to be back, especially since I don't really remember being gone. Anyway, I like what I've seen of this place so far. If Gabrielle thought Solstice was worth protecting, I'll do my best to see it through. I remember fighting my way through Cold Harbor. I felt like there was something I had to do, but I didn't know what it was until I saw the planar vortex. Then I realized it was time to release the light inside, that everything would be all right. I know, it sounds strange. It was always there, dormant, until the moment was right. I think the light was waiting for me to carry it to the place it needed to go, to Cold Harbor. Would have been nice if Meridia had asked me first, though. Right. Meridia needed her light on Nirn again, I guess. Which probably explains why I'm standing here now. Gabrielle called to me, but Meridia sent me back for a purpose. I just have no idea what it is. Probably know it when I see it, though. I hope.